It is now time for week 6 of the NFL season. And we're starting to get a better idea on who's good, who's bad, who has the highest chance of a comeback, and who has the lowest chances is to make the playoffs. And so, all that stuff in between, too. But let's actually get into the actual predictions and for this little experiment here. And just to let you know, there are only going to be 15 games this week, which the teams are on bye for here is the Steelers and the Packers. So those two teams won't be playing, but everyone else is fair game. So without further ado, let's get into it. And right away for Thursday Night Football is not looking so good. The Broncos visiting the Chiefs on Amazon Prime. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be much of a contest. As in, so with this in mind, I'm going to be saying that the Chiefs are the team that ends up winning this game. Like, go figure, the Chiefs get an easy opponent to beat up on. Way to go. So I decided for the Titans logo that every time they're considered a home team, I'll just flip their logo. Oh, it just fixes up some things about it, and it makes it easier to actually show everything. But no matter, this is the London game against the Ravens for them. And the problem with the Titans is you don't know which team you're gonna get each week. Are you going to get the good Titan squads that can make use of Derrick Henry? Or are you going to get the bad ones where Ryan Tannehill overthrows everybody? It's gonna be hard to tell. Whereas for the Ravens, they need a bounce back win, and I think they get it in London. So I got the Ravens in this matchup. And now we move on to the 1 o'clock batch of games, starting with Washington and Atlanta. Two teams in opposite stuff. One would dictate that the Falcons get it done at home, given that Desmond Ritter has been known for winning home games. But I'm actually going with Washington, simply because they have the better team all around, the better coach all around. They're actually not run by Dan Snyder for once. So I'm actually going to be going with Washington. Oh look, it's another easy to predict game. How about that? And I had to find a new pitcher for the 49ers to actually make this work, but it's them going on the road against the Cleveland Browns and a lot of question marks about Deshaun Watson. So it's pretty obvious that the 49ers are likely going to dominate the game. Remain undefeated at 6-0. Eventually, somebody needs to end that undefeated streak. It's just not going to be the Browns. All right, so we got the Saints now, and they're on the road against the Texans. And not gonna lie, the Texans have been playing surprisingly good with rookie CJ Stroud, whereas the Saints they have an aging core, so they're bound to get more injuries eventually. They're bound to get more injuries, and in terms of well, how each team is going to fare, I think the Texans are gonna pull out the win here, or simply because as they've been able to do more with less. Well, we're back to the easy stuff to predict. We have the remaining winless team in the Carolina Panthers going on the road to face the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, is this really a contest? As especially after last week's performance. And yeah, no, I don't see the Panthers getting their first win of the year against such a good Dolphins team. If it's not gonna happen, Dolphins end up winning the game. The Seattle Seahawks are actually coming off a bit of a bye week of their own. And they're gonna be on the road against the Cincinnati Bengals. Apparently, people think the Bengals are going to win, but I actually have the Seahawks in this. They've been playing better, or the Bengals? Yes, they're starting to look more like the Bengals. Well, but at the same time, how long can Joe Burrow last for until he gets hurt? It's factors like that I got Seattle winning. Well, well, well. Who had this as a potential tank bowl early in the season? Certainly not me. Vikings, Bears. You know this is going to be an ugly one, given that it's NFC North football. And one of these teams will apparently have to win, but not my case. This is my tie of the week right here. These two teams get my little score predictor here. They ended a tie, scoring 27 apiece. Say hello to our week one rematch of the Colts and Jaguars. Or as I think the entire division is 3-2 at this point, if I'm not mistaken. No, wait, not the Texans. They're not. No, it's just these two teams. One of them is about to get their fourth win of the year. And if you take a look at past history, the Colts have been known for the past several years to lose in Jacksonville. Well, and I think that's going to continue here, given the history. Anthony Richardson is also out, so it's going to be the Gardner Minshew show, which means it's technically a revenge game. So I still think the Jaguars come out on top, given that they're got a lot more to work with. Oh, great! Here we go, Patriots and the Raiders. One of them have to win. Great, great. And this is to kick off the late stretch too. Like, really, this is the best you can do? Sometimes I wish I could give both of them losses, but somebody has to win. And because of the fact that Bill Belichick is a better head coach than Josh McDaniels, I got the Patriots over the Raiders. I'll never pick Josh McDaniels. You heard it here first. The Cardinal Tank Brigade. Oh boy, you're up against the Rams. And not gonna lie, Josh Dobbs has been playing better than expected. It like seriously, this if this team really wanted to, they could have been like 5-0 or 4-1 on if they had wanted to. But they're still staying true to the tank. And I think they're gonna continue to stay true to the tank here against the Rams. Yep, look at this logo right here. That's the logo that's gonna give them a victory. This logo right here is what's going to win it. This game had actually just got flexed back a couple weeks ago, but joining the late batch due to the flex is the Lions and Buccaneers. And there's a good reason for it. Both teams have been playing surprisingly well at this point in the season. And the Buccaneers, well, they're coming off a bye week, so they should hopefully have a little something in store. But whether or not they do is to be determined. And to be honest with you, I think that the Lions are the better team overall. All because you can't trust Baker Mayfield all that much. So I'm going to go with the Lions winning this game. Once again, with the inverted version of the logo, it's the Eagles going up against the Jets. Yeah, I think you can and take a good guess as to what's going to happen despite not playing for a full 60 minutes. Eagles have beat up on Jets multiple times on occasion. They do the same thing here. I'm sure you already know why this ended up in the late stretch early in the season. But alas, we all know that didn't happen. And it's going to be Zach Wilson for a little bit longer. Well, for the rest of the season, actually, if you remember. But who cares? That just means all the more reasons for the Eagles defense to actually show up. Who's ready for some Sunday night football? Giants versus Bills. I think people were expecting a bit of a better matchup because, oh boy, do the Giants apparently suck this year. And going up against a Bills squad that is still playing good and is hungry to get it back on track after last week. Oh boy, you bet they're gonna feast on Giants. They're gonna feast. They're gonna feast. And keep feasting until there's nothing left. That's why I have the Bills winning this game. And now for Monday Night Football. Oh, the Chargers coming back from a bye week. Egan, they're up against the Dallas Cowboys. Battle of incompetent head coaches. It sounds about right for a Monday night matchup. And truth be told, well, these one of them is gonna get bailed out by the talent on the squad, whether it be the Chargers defense bailing out the offense again, bailing out Brandon Staley again, or Mike McCarthy getting bailed out by Dak Prescott in that offense. It's gonna be tougher for the Cowboys since they did lose some key pieces going going into this game. But I think Mike McCarthy is gonna get bailed out more than Brandon Staley. So it's going to end up being the Cowboys who end up winning Monday night. Um, and here's another look with the recap. Oh, hold on, there we go. Here's your official recap on what I have predicted it for week 6 of the season. Remember, every team has one bye week, and there's 18 weeks in the season. Everybody plays 17 games. So there's going to be the few games until everybody's had their bye week, and then everybody plays a full 16. But you kind of see where it's going. But these are what we're looking at for the recap. Oh, that's about it for the predictions here. And we're still gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna get all the way to week 18, cross that finish line, pick the actual playoffs themselves, and we'll be done. And you know how it goes. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, travel safely.